2017 10 Best Cars, BMW M2, M240i. All I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. So wrote the poet John Masefield, and we get it, the urge to depart, to swiftly kiss off in a vehicle built to go places. All we want is an enthralling ship and a good rack and pinion to steer her by. Is that too much to ask? For some car companies, yes. However, this trio more or less gets it. Handed the key to the Audi A4 or the BMW 2 Series or the new Jaguars, any of their versions, by the way, you can happily chase horizons for as long as the money supports your vagrant gypsy lifestyle. Yes, in order to produce a 10 best winner from this class, we had to cut the holes in our filter extremely fine. Which is a true statement about many segments these days. Cars are indeed demanding more and more gold, but they're also getting better and better. As evidence, we give you Audi and Jaguar, both challengers to BMW's long-standing domination of the compact sports sedan genre, but both at vastly different stages of their journeys. This year, 10 Best again proved that there are some nice cars to choose from if you've budgeted $40,000 to $50,000, but few are as entertaining as BMW's top 2 series models, with their combination of humble size, pouncing, liquid thrust from the optional 6 spots, and piano wire tension to the controls. You can see why we picked the M240i last year, but the world keeps turning. The 2 Series lineup gets new monikers, the 230i replaces the 228i as the base 4-cylinder, the M235i becomes the M240i, and now there's the juiced M2, basically an M240i with flares, chairs, tires, brakes, and a suspension tune, plus another 30 horsepower, though it can only match the M240i's torque with a time-limited overboost function. Meanwhile, fresh and new sheet metal from elsewhere is chasing the sports sedan dollar. Another writer, Mark Twain, said cauliflower is just cabbage with a college education. For many years, an Audi could be dismissed as just a Volkswagen with a PhD, but more than 2 decades after VW lit Audi's fire with a deluge of investment in technology and design, a formidable new A4 2.0T sat on our week 2 ballots, attached to a brand with real momentum. Jaguar is the newcomer, having been set free by Ford in 2008 to float downstream like Moses in the basket and into the caring embrace of India's Tata conglomerate. Under Ford, Jaguar was never able to effectively break into the under $50,000 market where all the action was happening. For Brits, waking up after the Brexit vote must have taken them back to the day they woke up to find an X-Type parked in the driveway. Lots of precious time was lost while Jaguar continued to gasp on the sales of its expensive ingots of tweedy British snobbery, steadfastly refusing to take seriously the youth movement in the luxury market that was passing it by. Jaguar strives to give buyers choice in its first real compact sports sedan. There are 3 engines, including a diesel, the option of rear or all-wheel drive, and a variety of trim levels and options that start in the heart of the market at $35,895 and range up to the Snordy R Sport, the prices easily jumping back over the $50,000 mark where Jag has always seemed more comfortable. The M2 is what the M3 used to be. I want one. Joshua Quo, reviews editor. The 2.0-liter diesel and the 3.0-liter supercharged V6s showed up at 10 Best while the turbocharged 4-cylinder gas engine did not. We also had the new XF, the middle sedan between this and the slinky and sadly Tourer XJ, and were struck by how similar the styling is. Instead of presenting something new in this, Jaguar's designer seemed to have just shaved off a few inches from the XF. Jag needs a symbol crash to announce its rebirth to younger buyers unaccustomed to seeing the Leaper offered at affordable lease rates. Yet as is 2 pillows banging together. We found no real fresh thinking in this interior, either, about which several voters complained of cramped packaging. The orderly layout of the buttons, gauges, and a rear infotainment screen, much improved from previous generations but prone to freezing up in our cars and still lacking a console master control knob, is convenient enough. But the near universality of black molded plastic and black leather makes for an interior that looks like one big lava flow that froze in 2006. Compare this dark, dull, pro forma cabin with either the BMW M2's classically technical cockpit or the Audi A4's, an altogether more exciting, and more spacious, place to do business. The future is being imagined in the Audi as a harmony between the digital and the analog, the instruments a large, configurable TFT screen able to show car information, various menus, or a giant map. Yet it still feels as if you're piloting a car, not an iPad. It's brighter and livelier than the Jag even if you choose black, having as it does swaths of silvery trim that make it less like working at a coalface. With a luxury sports sedan, it's not just about the dynamics. Even so, the Audi, with the 2.0-liter Turbo 4, the only engine available this year, moves with a silky grace and balletic control of its motions, the miles dispensed with cool proficiency if not much drama. The mostly aluminum Jag, and especially the 340 horsepower 35 tons, works harder to make a show, exhibiting faster steering once turned off its significant center dead spot, a pronounced if not entirely exquisite roar from the engine. Hey, it's a V6, and a hearty appetite for hard corners.